Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm here to talk to you today about fasting, or even more importantly, how to break a fast. So I'm Hilda Larsson. I'm the health and mindset coach. I'm an author of 3 books, From Hell to Inspired, Know the Truth and Get Healthy, and No More Bullshit. I'm also a detox specialist. I work with clients. I'm a speaker, but most of all, I'm a life enthusiast. And that's why I'm here to talk to you today about breaking the fast. Not getting into trouble, because that's what I see. So much trouble arising from breaking the fast. Although you go in there with the intention of doing good, right? So here's the thing. First of all, let's touch a little bit upon what fasting really is. Now, you know I love dry fasting. Now, from the level of stepping away from the body, not having it digest anything, that's the whole clue with fasting. Okay, people. So this is the thing. Why do people fast? Well, health-wise. I mean, there are spiritual reasons, but most of all, we're talking about health. So what we're doing is we are letting the digestive system rest, okay? Our whole digestive system needs to rest when we're full of crap. Now, the best way to do that is to fast. Now, a lot of people are jumping on juice fasts, which in terms of fasting in any other way than letting the digestive system rest truly isn't fasting. It's more like feasting, okay? Because as long as you're bringing nutrition into the body, technically it's not a fast. But you're stepping away from the fiber, so the digestive tract have more energy and it's left alone to take all the crap out. So there are a lot of benefits from juice fasting, but just to understand, it's not really a fast. Now, when you go up to water fasting, you're only giving your body water. No, you can't take any capsules or anything else while you're water fasting. Then you would be giving your body nutrition, you see? Now, when you're water fasting, you're giving your body the water that it needs to hydrate, but you're not giving it nutrition in the sense that it will go after what it can find in your body. That's the big difference between juice fasting and water fasting. When you're juicing, you are still giving your body the calories that it needs, nutrition that it needs. So when you're doing a water fast and not doing that, what's the body going to do on top of cleaning out the intestinal tract that it's doing on a juice fast? Well, it's going to go after all the bacteria, the viruses, the damaged cells, the mutated cells, all the crap, the mucus, everything in your body that it can use as fuel, that it can use as food that you didn't give it. So you didn't give it anything, now it has to find it by itself. And that's a pretty good cleaning, job that it can do just from water fasting. Now, when you're stepping it up to dry fasting, it's a whole other story. Why you're not even giving it the water. So you're actually fasting through dehydration. It's the same thing as water fasting. It's fasting through starvation, forcing the body to look inwards, or allowing it, you can say rather. We're built that way. Look into nature. Animals fast when they're not feeling good. Now, the dry fasting, you see, when your body is dehydrating, first of all, it will go looking for all the waters that it can use within the body. So we're looking at edema, water retention, we're looking at inflammation, mucus, anything that's water. And your body is so smart, it will always go after what is not serving it before it will ever do anything to harm you. Same team, always working for each other. Autoimmune, crap, doesn't exist in that sense. Your body will never attack you. It will never tear down you unless there's nothing left. Now, when it does that, when it goes after the water and the bacteria, it will go after it will go interstitially to look at your unclean water within the cells. It is amazing how much crap it can get to for you. And as it dehydrates like that, it's like this sponge that squeezes together. Okay? And then when you hydrate, because you have to remember, you don't go dry fasting for weeks and weeks at end. This is a short process. I never recommend you go dry fasting more than maybe 36 hours on your own. I know a lot of people who do much longer, but they're educated and they work themselves up to there. You start by doing maybe 12 hours a day, which you might already be doing without even knowing it. You know, we dry fast every night when we go to sleep. We don't drink anything or eat anything. So that might be the easiest thing for you to do 12 hours, and you build up to 14, then 16. Then maybe you're brave enough to try 24 hours once a week. You know, I would say that would be safe for most people, but listen and listen good and keep that thought until I get to how do you prepare for a fast? Because that's a part of kind of breaking it. We want it to be successful. Okay, back to the dry fasting. What happens? You squeeze it like a sponge, your whole body, you know, then you hydrate again with amazing juices from nature, or maybe water, if you want water, coconut water, and everything floats again. So it blows up. But now you're getting hydrated on a cellular level, little by little. So the more you do intermittent fasting or dry fasting a little longer, you will keep on hydrating on a cellular level. And that's a big part of healing and becoming more alkaline. It's about hydration. Because without detoxification, without the crap leaving that's taking that space, it will be almost impossible for your body to hydrate. You have to remember, one space can only be filled with one thing at a time, right? So it's filled with crap. How can it ever be filled with a good thing? It can't be filled with those two things at once. You have to decide. You have to make a decision. What are you going to fill yourself with? Crap or the good? You're going to feel low or you're going to feel amazing? So back to the fasting. Now, okay, so we have juice fasting, which is really feasting because you're eating, but you're just liquid, nothing solid. So you need no capsules, no dry powder, nothing. You need liquid. Strain it, no pulp. That's what juicing is. The benefits are bypassing digestion, juices go right into the bloodstream, high uptake of the nutrients and hydration. Number 2, you are letting digestive system rest so that it can start loosening up all that old shit, parasites, fungus, mucus that is coating your intestinal wall, so that you can, through that, hydrate and take up your nutrients and find better health. Then you have the water fasting, which is only water, nothing else. And then you have dry fasting, which is nothing. No drink, no eating. Now, how do you prepare? Well, of course, depending on the length of your fast, right? So if you want to do a 1-day juice fast, I would say almost anyone can do that. Even if you come from the crappiest diet, I would say you could do 1-day juice fast. If you're moving up towards a week of juicing, I would say prepare yourself. Get off of the most mucus-forming foods so that your body doesn't get this overload of toxins, because that's the thing. And nobody can tell you what your eliminative system can handle. So no teacher, no one like me can even, ever tell you without working with you. That's why I can't give personal advice to anyone without having them as my client. That would just be crazy. How would I know anything about that specific body? Because everything's about elimination, right? When you step back and you start juicing or water fasting or dry fasting, you're going to loosen a lot of toxins like we talked about. So where are they going to go? They need to get out. They need to get out through, your liver, your kidneys, your stomach and bowels, your skin, your lungs, your eliminative organs. Now, if they're clogged up, if this is stagnant, if your kidneys are not filtering out lymphatic and metabolic waste, if your liver is all clogged up, if your filter is clogged up, if you're constipated, then you're gonna feel like crap really, really easy when you start fasting. It's not the fasting that's doing anything to you. It's your body showing it. You, how toxic it is. So, depending on where you're at, I would say if you want to embark on a juice fast that is going to be like 1 or 2 weeks long, like the ones that I have in my membership group, I always say you need to dump the crappy diet first. So I would spend a couple of weeks to make sure that I had dropped all the dairy, all the meat, all the grains, all the processed, and that I had a fairly clean diet before I embarked on any form of fasting. I would, if I could choose, I would say hit me with a couple of weeks of raw food first, because that alone is going to take you in that direction. You see, jumping all in and going crazy isn't always the solution. And I've noticed that on myself and in my work. Even me, after being raw for, 13 years, I think. High fruit for the last 6. And it's not because I choose this as a stigma or something I need to do. This is just what I'm led to do right now. If I wanted to eat greens, I'll eat greens. Who cares? We're going to do what we have to do to feel better and to feel amazing. That's my goal. That's my mission. That's my passion. And my passion even more is to take it to you, what I experience. It takes a long time to be able to actually feel on your body how deep it's possible to dig. But for some, just changing the diet first will give you the results you're looking for. Because as I said, going in the fastest speed is not always the quickest way there. On the contrary, I've seen the opposite. It is far from the quickest way there, because you run into trouble along the way and you're burdening your system. And that's not what we want. That's not what you want. So go slow first. And I know this is going to be about breaking the fast, and I'll get there. But this needed to be said as well. I know a lot of people that were following my 83, 4, 5, whatever it was, juice fast. And they thought they could just jump in and do the same. It's like, no. This is an experience I'm sharing with you to what can happen, what you can do. I have some very amazing stuff to say still about the fast and what happens after the fast. Because what happened to me was unexpected. I had no idea. What the medications that I've been taking, the autoimmune medication, I know a lot of people out there are on, what they do and what happens when it tries to come out, and viruses and fungus. And so stay tuned for that. I'll keep you posted. But back to the fasting. Now, so you prepare by stepping up slowly. I would do a juice fast first, then I do maybe a water fast, and then I would try, to do the dry fasting, except to do intermittent fasting. I think most people can start just going longer without eating. We don't need to stuff our face all the time. The body will always benefit from getting a rest from digestion. Do you know that it spends close to 80% of its energy digesting food when we're eating like we're eating today? And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong about food. Food is amazing. But we have to look at what we're doing with it and how we're eating it and why we're eating it. It's supposed to be an amazing interaction between nature and us. Not supposed to be us stuffing our face because we don't want to look at ourselves in the mirror, or look at our life, or take charge, So, okay. So now you're fasted. Breaking the fast all depends on how long have you been, fasting. So there are general rules. One is that for every week you've been fasting, you should spend 1 day refeeding. And I'll tell you what refeeding will mean depending on what type of fasting you've been doing. So if you have been doing a juice fast, one thing, I need to say this first, because a lot of people get really cocky and high and they're like, oh, Hilda, but I'm on day 40 and I'm doing so good, and I'm just gonna go, and I'm like, well, have you done any fasting before? No, this is easy. And what we see is this: how easy this is going to be, or how your body is going to react to that fast, will hit you when you stop. So be smart about how long you go. Don't just feel how you feel in the now, because that can be very, very deceiving. Because it's when you stop, you can realize. Not always, this is not always, these are just a couple of pointers, just for you to be safe, just for you to know, to have a heads up that it can hit you. Like, imagine a train going full force, and then you stop, and then all the wagons, they come boom, boom, boom in the back of your head. And the toxins, and we're talking rashes, and we're talking digestive issues, and we're talking hair loss, and we're talking, it could be anything that your body's just showing you that there's a lot on the loose that you might not notice while you are fasting. Okay, so back to the breaking. The 1 day for each week, refeeding. Now, what's refeeding? If you go from only liquid, and you've been there for a while, and I'm talking a while, let's say more than a week. That's what we're gonna say is a while. From 1 week, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are people that are juice fasting for 3, 4 months. Easy. Now, the digestive system literally shuts off. It's not used to digesting anything. So, and you're in elimination mode, big time. Not digestive mode. Like I said, that's where you want to be. Now, to just drop a lot of food into that digestive system, two things are going to happen. One, your body's going to stop everything else it was doing, or at least slow it down, depending on what you're trying to eat. And number two, your digestive system is going to need time trying to regulate. What's this? What do I need? Stomach acid. Oh, enzymes. What do I need to do? So you need to feed as slow as this is what it looked like for me. Just to give you an example, 83 days on juices. When I started refeeding, we're talking eating 1 teaspoon of blended mango, nothing added, not even water. Yeah, I had water. I had a little bit of water. I never do that. I had a little bit of water just because I've been juicing. A little bit of water and mango, 1 teaspoon. Chewed it in my mouth, swallowed, waited 1 hour. Checking. Another teaspoon. Waited 1 hour, another teaspoon. I think that first day was probably half a mango. The next day, another half a mango. Everything is good. The day after that, 1 mango. Took me 2 to 3 weeks to get up to maybe 3, 4 mangoes in a day. Still blended. And that's me walking back to fruit. Can you imagine if you throw down a cooked potato? I have heard of people, ending up in the ER from not breaking a fast properly. You need to go so slowly. You need to blend everything. You need to go straight to fruit, nothing else. And if you're coming from a water fast, you start with juicing. And if you come from a dry fast, you go, a little slower. But the thing is with the dry fast, you bounce back much quicker because the fasting period hasn't been that long, right? You see the difference? When you're going juicing, people usually go longer, like a week or 2, at least. Maybe 20 days, 28 days, very common. So that's when you need to introduce it so slowly. Okay, there was another tip that I have about breaking a fast. Because I don't like fasts where you're setting a date saying, I'm going to go for this long or I'm going to go for this long. Because sometimes your body will tell you otherwise, what to do, what not to do, So I'm thinking, if I were fasting right now and I got a runny nose or I got a stuffed head, that would be when I would not break the fast. Okay, why? Because the body was in a very active cleansing mode and I would not want to stop it right there. I would want to see it through. Now what can happen? It can be any old ache and pain come back for a couple of days to heal. But most of all, what we see in the shorter fast is a lot of release of mucus because that's what the body will go to first. Okay, so I hope this helped you. That's all I wanted to touch in. I see a lot of writing and a lot of talk about fasting, and I see a lot of people getting into trouble after the fast. So start slow. Go, if you want to go on the longer fast, go first for 5 days, maybe a week, and see how you feel after. See how your body is dealing with it, and get support if you want to dig in deep, okay? Contact me or someone else. Go to my membership site and become, one of the members, so that you can do this safely together with other people and under my support. If you have any health issues that are particular, that you have something going on, talk to me. You might have a reason why fasting is not even for you. Okay? Because we're all different. I mean, we're all designed to be amazingly healthy, but we're all different right now. Different by our impurities, in the sense of how much crap we have in there, and our genetic makeup, our weaknesses. I call them weaknesses because there's nothing that the body cannot regenerate, but it will take time. And I love shorter and longer fasts, but they require knowledge and they require work, and it's no easy fix. So very important what you do before the fast to get ready, during the fast to save your energy, to educate yourself on that, and then how to break the fast. So to summarize how you break a fast, if you're coming from water, go to juices, at least for a couple of days, depending on how long you've been on water. Then from juices, we blend high water fruits. Yes, I would say high water fruits. Blend them. And do at least 1 day for each week you've been juicing. And go slow when you're refeeding, meaning eat a little bit, stop for an hour, see how your digestion feels before you feed anymore. You have time. We have a lot of time. We often act as if we're in a hurry when we're not. Okay, so thank you for watching my channel. I hope to see you back soon. Please subscribe, and I send you all love and healing. Namaste, my friends. Namaste.